Okay, this is an FRQ on surveys, observational studies, and it happens to be a 2011 question 3 AP question. So an apartment building has 9 floors and each floor has 4 apartments. The building owner wants to install new carpeting in 8 apartments to see how well it wears before she decides whether to replace the carpet in the entire building. The figure below shows the floors of apartments in the building with their apartment numbers. Only the 9 apartments with an asterisk have children in it. So basically, if I looked at that, this is the first floor. There's 4 apartments, apartment number 11, 12, 13, and 14. I see that has an asterisk, so that it has a star. So it has a star by it. Okay. This is the 6th floor, and 61, 62, 63, 64. No stars, no children on it. Okay. So, and they're looking at carpet installation. So I need you to think about what impacts carpet wear, okay? And so there are a lot of things that could say do that, and how kids may, having children may impact it versus having adults. And we'll come back to that a little bit, but keep that in the back of your mind. So for convenience, the apartment building owner wants to use a cluster sampling method in which the floors are clusters. So that makes sense. Here's a cluster, here's a cluster, here's a cluster, because the apartments look pretty much alike. To select 8 apartments. So that means I need, if I want 8, I'm going to have to select 2 apartments randomly. Describe a process for randomly selecting 8 different apartments using this method. Well, I would assign a 1 to the first floor, a 2 to the second floor, etc., all the way to a 9 for the 9th floor. I'd place the numbers 1 through 9 in a hat and mix thoroughly. And then I draw 2 numbers without replacement. All right. And then once I did that, I would survey all apartments on the floors represented by the 2 numbers. Okay. So basically, very simple. I'd go ahead and put all 9, 1 through 9 representing each floor, draw 2, and whatever I got, I would survey those. If I got the 7th and the 3rd, I would be 71. I would survey 71, 72, 73, and 74, and 31, 32, 33, and 34. Remember, with a cluster, you survey everything in that cluster. So if I select 7, I have to survey everyone on the 7th floor. If I select the 3rd, I have to select everyone on the 3rd floor. And since they wanted 8 apartments, I had to choose 2 floors. An alternative method would be to select a stratified random sample of 8 apartments, where strata are apartments with children and apartments with no children. A stratified random sample of size 8 might include 2 randomly selected apartments with children and 6 randomly selected apartments with no children. In the context of the situation, give 1 statistical advantage of selecting such a stratified sample as opposed to a cluster sample of 8 apartments using the floor clusters. With a cluster sample, it would be possible to survey apartment clusters which have no children. We said that about the 3rd floor and the 4th floor and the 6th floor do not have children. So it would be possible that I would, if I used a cluster sample, of getting 3 and 4, 3 and 6, or 4 and 6, and not having any children. So apartments with children are likely to have had more wear than apartments that have had adults only. A stratified sample will ensure that apartments with children and those without children were sampled. So in other words, if I run a stratified sample, I'm assured of having both represented. Okay. So the advantage is I make sure that I have apartments with children and apartments with adults only. So why do we choose to stratify on apartments with and without children? How do you know what to stratify on? You always stratify on the variable that you think will most impact our study. We thought gender would impact hormones, so hormone drugs, so we stratified on that. We stratified on gender. We believe age impacted something. Here we believe that children wear carpet differently than adults. And because they wear it differently than adults, we're going to stratify on children and adults. In other words, we believe that age has an impact on carpet wear. All right, thank you, and we'll do another FRQ in the next video.